It's here. It's finally here. I wasn't sure if it was going to show up. I've been looking out for it in the oak forest here, just up from where I live, for probably a month and a bit. And earlier today, I was out and photographing the great spotted woodpecker again, which I have a video of from a couple of weeks ago when I came out to photograph the woodpecker as it's flying from its nest and using the pro capture mode on the Olympus. So the great spotted woodpecker chicks you can actually see them in the nest now, and their heads kind of poke out as they get fed from the parents. So today I got myself a extender, you can't even see it, it's so small in this camera, 1.4 extender, so I can get a little bit closer to actually capturing the woodpecker kind of young ones, the juveniles, as they're coming out to receive the food. After I've been sitting there for a little while, I heard this song just slightly down the forest. So I followed it down. I didn't recognize the song, but I do know a lot of the bird songs here, so I knew that I didn't know it, so I had to figure out what it was. If you want some tips on identifying bird songs, by the way, I do have a video on kind of how to start identifying some of the easier bird songs, so you can check that out in the link. So I followed the song with this bird that I didn't know down the woods here, and sure enough, it's the one I've been waiting for, pied flycatcher. And the pied flycatcher is not a rare bird in this country, but there's only about 300 to 400 breeding pairs, I think, in Scotland. And it's been a few years since I've seen it last, because it's very particular about its habitat, and it does like old oak forest. It's its favourite, and it tends to often nest in old woodpecker's nests. The woodpecker here tend to make a new hole every year, so that leaves a lot of them are empty for other birds to move in, and pied flycatcher is one of the ones that take advantage. And sure enough, I found pied flycatcher flying about here. It flies up high in the canopy, where it kind of sits on branches, and then it launches itself into the air, to grab an insect. I'm going to take you guys down here now, and I'm going to see if we can get some photos of it as it's hunting up here. Yeah, so the great spotted woodpecker is actually right behind me here, a little bit back the way. And that's where I brought you guys along a couple of weeks ago. It's changed here a lot now. There's a lot more bracken come up, and the foliage is a lot thicker. So the images that I'm getting of the woodpeckers now, I like much more. It's got some nicer green backgrounds. So the great thing about being here at a location like this, where it's a slant down like this, is that it will very often get me to eye level. And especially for something like the pied flycatcher, tends to its niche. It's basically where it hunts. It's usually much higher up in the canopy, whereas something like the spotted flycatcher, which is the other flycatcher we get here in the UK, tends to hunt a bit lower. So it's actually a bit of an easier one to photograph if you can find it, if you know where it is. But the pied flycatcher hunts much higher up in the foliage. So it's great that I'm on this hill, on this slant here, because it means that I can approach from above and kind of just sit and wait a little bit and hope that it's going to come more or less at eye level to me. Because that's one of the key things about photographing birds and other wildlife. You want to get to eye level, whether it's getting down low or trying to get a bit higher if they're up in the trees. So let's see if we can find it again and show you guys what bird I'm talking about if you haven't seen it before. So I saw this bird here this morning, and I thought I'd just come back out here and show you guys, hopefully show you guys what bird I'm talking about and what bird I'm going to be working a bit with in the coming weeks. I'm going to kind of start to have a think about how I want to photograph it and what type of images I want to get, and see if it has any favorite branches or anything like that that I can come back to and stake out. So it's a bit of a recce, and a bit just to show you guys what I'm working with here. And I'm just really excited about photographing this bird, as up here in Scotland it doesn't occur that many places. It needs for very specific habitat requirements. I've only seen it a couple of times before. In Scotland, I've had it before at Killiecrankie, if you know that, if you drive up the A9. There's a place there that's very good for birds. I also had it down in, is it Woodpecker or something like that, down in Dumfries and Galloway, and now here. So hopefully I'll come back and I can show you guys. I have another video that I'm going to be releasing this week. If you've seen the video I did up there with the pro capture, where I was photographing the great spotted woodpecker, I'm going to release a video this week on basically how to set it up, what pro capture is, how to set it up, and how to set up a preset as well, so you can kind of quickly get access to it in the field. And a few kind of key things I think you need to be considering when you're using pro capture. So stay tuned for that this week. And this video today is just going to be a fairly short one, because I was out filming for that today. But I kind of wanted to come out with a more of a vlog type video for Sundays, and leave the kind of the kind of camera settings videos and stuff like that for the Olympus, for more weekday videos. So yeah, I just want to take you guys out here with me, and hopefully I get to see it again and I get to show you guys. Otherwise you're not going to believe me. Actually, I did get a little record shot of it earlier. Let's see if I can't show you guys that now. I'm waiting. I call it a record shot. You might look at it and think, oh no, that's all right, but this is zoomed in a lot, and it's taken out a bit of an angle. So I'm looking up at it, and it's not the greatest. I think that's it. Okay. I don't know what to say. I was really hoping this was going to be easy and I could just come back here to the same place and get some footage and show you guys what I was going to be working with over the next couple of weeks. But I just can't hear it or see it. Maybe it's just silent. Maybe it's hunting in a different area just now. Maybe it's in making the nest. This is this can be quite a late species to come back here. And I was looking it up in the book because I thought it wasn't going to show. And sometimes actually in the beginning of June, and this is the 6th of June, and I've been photographing the great spotted woodpecker right up here many times, and I've not heard it. So it is likely to have come in here quite recently. And in this area, I think it hasn't been recorded since 2012, which makes me incredibly happy to have actually heard it and seen it here. I can hear the woodpecker, the great spotted woodpecker. I can hear the juvenile. It's just constantly calling from its nest. Just give me food, give me food, give me food. And you see the parents just flying back and forth, sometimes within a couple of minutes, 5-10 minutes within each other, just finding food, coming back. And I'll show you guys some of the latest images that I've gotten when I've gone back, which I'm quite happy with, and I'm still working a little bit on it. I'd still like to get a little bit more close up as the juvenile is kind of coming out of its nesting hole, reaching out to meet the parent and grab the food. Anyways, Sorry that I didn't manage to get you guys some footage and show it properly. I have a tiny bit of footage from earlier that I managed to catch of it coming out of the nesting hole. And if I have time tomorrow morning, I'd like to just run back up here really early, get some footage, get some shots of it, and then I can add it to the end of this video before I upload it tomorrow morning. So apologies for the short vlog. I was just really excited to see this bird, and I really wanted to share it with you guys and share what I'll be working on in the next coming weeks. Hopefully I'll have some good photos and I'll post them on Instagram. You can follow me there at Espen Helland, or you can check out my Facebook page, Espen Helland Photography, where I also post. I go a little bit back and forth and post a bit, try and post a little bit different on either one. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching, and hopefully I will have some footage tomorrow to show you guys. And watch out for my video coming this week, where I'm going to go through all the settings and how to set up a preset for Pro Capture on the Olympus camera. And if you're eager and if you want to check it out right now, you can go to my website. I've already written a blog and posted it there. Maybe it's a bit more detail in the blog post, so it could be a good helpful tool, so you can check it out. I'll put a link in the description below. So anyways, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.